Yeah, I want to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died, yet I never received a picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken. But I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it. Let's picture the image room. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. That must have been a real shock. Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clear as day. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dart was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown inside, and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching him. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie. Lorna sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. Right. We now show the picture. Here we go. Lee right now. Mr. Edgeworth. Is you drawing that picture? And yet you would insist on denying its existence. Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold. This is the evidence list from SL9 incident. Please, turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Ah, what's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it, that's the picture I drew. Brock for Hall of Fame, yeah, I mean... Did John Cena get inducted this year? And AJ Styles got inducted this year, right? So it'll probably be Brock Lesnar, John Cena, right? This year. Objection! What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecution in charge should be able to access that list. Oh. These lists, they're different from each other. I need to stand up, boys. My ass has gone numb. It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only one half of the evidence that in that case ever reached you. What? What? But Miss Sky, why do you draw a picture on the back of such an important list? That's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are all bulging from your head. If the evidence was torn in half, then there might be more the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yeah, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There's indeed something drawn on the back of the list. It's a dick. Is that thing? What? That thing? That thing was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, the act of vandalism in the work of a certain chief of detectives. Guess he was out of scrap paper. What the fuck? Very well, witnesses. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. The blue badger. Sorry, I had to stretch my ass. Well, not my ass, I just stand up. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think of a flashing light could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder the prosecutor. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it like 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Grant and Lorna Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory still could have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But, can you please tell us why this picture is painted in all black? The flash of the lightning was so bright and all I could see was shadows. So, at the time you didn't even know if it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright. And I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dork had a tight grip of me when Mr. Marshall jumped on him. I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? After that, I must have fainted. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No. I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to talk to this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course. It's the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory? No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or we might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I didn't think of anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright? Is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Ah, well. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene in her mind, and yet there's clearly a contradiction here. It's the picture I drew. Okay, let's save. What could be the contradiction? What could be? Why did she draw this teddy though? As I showed earlier, once again, I feel stinky as fuck. Yeah, I had a shower this morning. I definitely need another shower before bed. It was warm as fuck today in the office. Although I'm used to working in this room where the aircon is always on and I'm cold. I mean, is this the contradiction? Because what has this got to do with this? But we don't have anything to, like, say to her, right? This? Or do we just use this, like... I don't really understand. Fucking Jesus Christ. I keep clicking off the screen. Let's have a look at this again. I think it's either got to do with this. So where is that? That ain't even here, is it? Neil Marshall, date and time of death, 7 and 7:30. A single stab wound piercing the heart and lung. Died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. Hang on, stabbed in the back. This doesn't show being stabbed in the back, does it? Or is he? Is he got his back to him? Because that's his arm, right? His arm. So is he like this? Or is he like this? I can't tell. It looks to me like he's like this in the picture, right? So he's getting stabbed in the chest. But the autopsy says he's been stabbed in the back. So would we present this as evidence?
Objection!
No. All I could see was shadows. Oh no, hang on, maybe I just did it under the wrong thing. Do you have the other piece of thing? Maybe it's this one.
Objection!
I think I just put it under. Yeah, I put it under the wrong thing. A Kaputops. This picture the witness drew is shit. But I still remember it like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright? Perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? I mean, it's where he's getting stabbed, right? So this?
Take that!
I think it's this part here. I don't see what's so strange. It's because the drawing stinks. Okay. Shit. What is it? The knife?
Take that!
The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man's holding. If you look close, you can tell its tip is broken. I wouldn't have said that. I'd say it looks like he's stabbing him in the front, not the back. Even if I don't look closer to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? His tip's broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body, but it wasn't a conclusive piece of evidence. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection!
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Oh. It was different to what I imagined. I got there, though. What's the meaning of this?
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection!
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. It was broken beforehand. It couldn't possibly wound up there. Yeah, that's right, but what does that mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness' memory is mistaken.
Objection!
That's why I asked her so many times if she's sure she remembered correctly. Shit, my camera's off. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection!
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About the little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? Alright, all I'm saying is this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You cannot deny the possibility. No. Ugh. Oh, shit. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupt? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place that day of the murder. Do we really have to? The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. Receiving the King of Prosecution Award at the ceremony, the Marshal questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Grant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and he was killed by Dark. It's my belief that somewhere in this story, there's a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. Oh my god, the murder weapon was the statue. And that's why the knife isn't there anymore. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? There is another one. The witness is adamant about this act. Can't be explained. There should be an observation. In this instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about the other broken knife. If so, feel free to enlighten us. The real murder weapon is this, right? The halberd.
Take that!
If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? I'm sure this must be very amusing to you. May I remind you that Miss... Oh, fuck! How is that wrong? Oh! I clicked the... I almost gave him my badge. So it's this then, right? Oh yeah, because look, it's there.
Take that!
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here in this picture. This picture of the award ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding? That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. The badge was the murder weapon. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he didn't carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecution's award knife was the murder weapon, the murder and the victim would be reserved. What do you mean? I mean, this man raised the knife wouldn't have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh. Reversed. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump on these conclusions. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth? What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribed on the back? I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time. I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled? This should be interesting. What the hell? When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of light, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room. I'm sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual.
Objection!
What the hell? Try impossible. Chief of Detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yeah, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. You've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're finally getting to the core. Right, here we go. I saw the man raise his knife. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark. Yeah, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows. Power outage that immediately preceded the incident. It's also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you panicked and rushed towards both of them. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I do? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. But as we've theorised, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. But when the dark guy knocked me down, all I could think, I've got to help that person. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. What do you mean you knocked the guy away with the knife? It all happened so fast I was in shock. You have goosebumps. I don't remember everything clearly. It's all kind of a blur. This guy was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next? Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. Are you sure about this? Of course. See? I even drew the picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought of this hideous beast. That was just this year. The blue badge didn't exist 2 years ago. It's quite viable. I know it sounds strange, but I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. Just when you thought the thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with the winning smile and all? That's right, but still I remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
Objection!
This couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. This may well be. But what's important is that what caused her to think that she did what she did. Oh, and what I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please tell us what the shadow really was. Who was this blue badger, really? I mean, it's someone with the same fucking hair, isn't it? It's a defense. Something is now sitting in this very room. In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in this instant? Please show us. Something's sitting in this very room. What looks like a version of Platinum Trophies for achievements? Oh, really? What, like when you've got them all, you get like a special thing? I always thought, right, and this is how I thought achievement points were meant to be. Like, I was always under the impression that achievement points were going to give you, like, points to spend in the store on, like, DLC and shit. And then you can spend your gamer score on stuff in store. Like earn to spend or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. I have no idea. So what looks like him? The vase actually kind of does, doesn't it? Because it has the sticky out ears. It just doesn't have one on the top. From a multi-billion-dollar company? No way. Yeah, true. Maybe it's the unstable jaw, you know, and that explains why it got smashed over. And it has blood. Oh, it has blood on it. Oh, I can move it around. Oh, it's literally this. Because it's got a face. Starting it. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jaw. Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like blue badger. Indeed it doesn't, as it stands now. Just as a plain jaw. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Ah, you turn it that way? Like this? This isn't right. Fuck. So is it like this? Oh, it's just like that, right? Looks so fucking stupid. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fluff Pokemon? It didn't play. Oh, did it not? Sorry. We're back. We're back. Refresh. We're back. So, what did you say? You face the hole. Oh, do you mean this way? And the back goes slightly up. Didn't mean to do that.
Objection!
So big hole in front of us. Didn't have the mod on it because they're fluffy. Oh, it doesn't have mod? Oh yeah, it did. It appeared, but it didn't have mod at that point. That's weird. Small back goes up to make the middle. Oh, like that?
Objection!
we're effing again. I swear to God, if we can't beat this tonight because we're effing, I'll be pissed.
Take that! Objection!
There we go. Well, it's a miracle or what? Boys, we might have effed slightly, so you might have to refresh. No one could possibly deny this jar resembles that blue badger. That's such a, like... That's crazy. It can't be. The defense has proven its claim.
Objection!
Although, we all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance. For some reason, my Twitch is going schizo right now, so I apologise, boys, if we drop the odd frame. That doesn't change anything. 30 minutes, so that shit ass track playing. Mate, I'd have gone insane. Indeed, very well then. What's different now that we know that we saw? The murder weapon, the murderer? The murderer, I suppose. On a shelf in the office.
Objection!
The body was found lying near a desk. The witness testified to herself.
Objection!
Yeah, I'd have felt the same. Yeah, and if these two facts that revealed what actually transpired, you see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place at Lana's office. It happened on the other side of the room.
Objection!
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body? Yeah. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. I'd have muted, yeah, definitely. If I'd have not had help then, it would have been muted, for sure. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana was trying to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? And that would have to have been the impact of the man made when he was knocked onto the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf and the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah, the suit of armour, holding a very sharp, dangerous looking sword. And since the man was knocked into the armour, he was carrying a broken knife. He would have had been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there was another possibility of it actually what transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nonetheless. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually prosecuting Neil Marshall. Damn. So, she killed him. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No. Sue the game makers, pay my artistic bills, yeah. Never imagined a testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with their own testimony. This is unprecedented. What? What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dart murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try and pin a crime on her? It was you. I meant to forge in evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I had no idea what you're talking about. We hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations. I'm afraid you're going after proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yeah, it certainly would be difficult to prove without evidence. If we don't have any evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. Boys, the bit rate's all over the place, I'm sorry. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touche, Miss Sky. Of course. That only leaves us with one possibility. You mean still another possibility? What do you mean? I mean, possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have been left behind in the name of the person who took his life, in one manner or another. It's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is only possible. The possibility left, a message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I have to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence. Clearly. But where? Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek. Justice. Oh no, the truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright. Please show us a piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. We can't save this here, which is worrying. I mean, is there something on this? Is he trying to draw something in blood? Could it be this? I'm gonna go for this. The message left by the deceased. The blue badger from before. Oh, he's going to just speak the killer's name. If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Look, it looks like everyone's forgotten. This is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of the jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood in this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. There's a line here, drawn in blood. What are you saying? These dots were once lines. Oh! He used a few precious moments to have him leave a message behind. One that someone apparently wiped away. Precisely so. All you need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. Okay. We've got to join the dots up. Do we have much longer left, Glitchy? I'm guessing we're close to the end now, right? Oh my god, there we go.
Take that!
Emma. Defense turn is due to prove their client's innocence. That's why I've been saying. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Hang on though, she didn't really kill him purposely. It wasn't murder, was it? Left behind. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took it was Emma Skye. Damn. Seaworthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dart was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, weren't you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man has been sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forced evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection!
But Joe Dart really was a serial murderer, that's undeniable. Huh. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're mere keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone must say, this fact cannot be denied. Okay. We might have... Oh, God. It's going schizo. Order, order, order! Order! Okay, recess. To be continued right now. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Another section, they're a bit shorter than the other one. Okay. You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around all on duty. On top of that, you call me here. Seen happy people at funerals. I'll take it Lorna's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give you this if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law. Could at least study some evidence law, really. Okay. Also, wanted me to give you this message. A message. You said if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Okay. All All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Haven't you figured it out? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me? The real trial today hasn't begun yet. And now, you tell me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife in his dead body. This means the real killer is still out there. What? I'm not going to expose him, no matter what it takes. Let's do it. This case hasn't hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Right, let's do it. February 25th. Here we go. Miss Edgeworth, yes, Your Honour. The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honour. Well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth witness, but this isn't easy to say. You seem there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking and... Very well, Your Honour. I have a solution. Solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defence to call forth all further witnesses. Well, there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witness. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Very well. The defence accepts the proposal. Right. Let's call Mr. Butts. You do realise this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial's good as over. Defence calls... we can't call Larry Butts. Here we go. Damon Gant. The defence calls Damon Gant to the stand. What does this have to do with anything? As a defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant was first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he would still be in the courthouse. He would be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honour? Mr. Butts. Mr. Seymour Butts. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? Just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir? Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name's Damon Gant. I'm the Acting Chief of Police. Now then, Chief Gant. Court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, rightio. What's with a grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean the time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been pretty made clear already. There's still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You're aware of the course that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. Don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The Chief of Police has the right to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Uh-oh. Yo, Yasmin. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. Here we go. The SL9 incident. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. It ends in 5 minutes. No, I don't think it's going to be that short. Is that when Drake was arrested? Doc was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seemed Doc bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I better hit him hard and fast. So, does that mean I have to be very careful what I pull him up on here? If he can just stop? Or can I still press him on everything? Drake arrested, Common, Kendrick W. As I recall, a ceremony was held at a police department that day. Yeah, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning this award, Neil was all fired up too. It's probably what spooked Dog and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lorna Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dog ran for it. 30 to 40 minutes. Yeah, I reckon it'll be about that. That's right, but Dork made it to the elevator first, so Neil and I split up. Went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about? A power outage? Oh, that? The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when he had that knife. Went into his heart though. It's not funny. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dog was also lying collapsed on the floor. Apparently, he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lorna and Emma. Lorna was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Okay. Apparently, she'd already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It'd already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lorna's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armour that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yeah. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the fraud. Okay. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you had arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can't understand how Lorna must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you better be staring at the court record. Worthy. Always a smooth talker. Which piece of evidence? Somehow I've got to link. Right, we've really got to think about this. And I found Lorna there. I honestly don't know. Show the Ace Attorney badge. It's probably a good shout, to be honest, JP. I had nothing to do with forgery. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. So what about this? Found in Chief Gant's safe, evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. I mean, hang on. He's safe.
Objection!
It's just that then, right? If you really had nothing to do with the forgery, then how do you explain this? What's that? And what's that on the handprint? Chief Grant, explain, please. I don't know, you tell me, son. Huh? My dear Writer. You don't know. The second rule of evidence law. Oh, not this again. Evidence law. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Tell me how that rag's relevant to this trial. It appears the defense was not prepared. Guess it's too early. So it wasn't that. Should I open this beer? Yes or no? I would say no. It's quite late. And if it's a work night, fuck work drinking this late. But I'm sensible, apparently. Everyone else isn't. The ID card.
Objection!
No, it doesn't. You opened it. I don't get what we need to present here. What else? Was there anything else in that? Oh no, hang on, the jaw.
Objection!
Maybe the jaw? You clearly had nothing to do with it. But I'm afraid that claim cannot be backed up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That blue badger you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you absolutely played part in the illegal investigation. Holy fuck. Did you say you don't finish this 4 hours ago? No, we're on the last case, so we're on the last part now. We're in the last courtroom. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with it? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't even the ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Wright? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any favour, he'll end up paying to work. Epilepsy time. Yeah, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and then their relation to the forgery. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. If you want to do D&D per week, but realised FIFA will already be a lot, really. Yeah, I saw a message about D&D when I was working, and then it disappeared. Honestly, though, I don't think I could commit to weekly D&D at the minute. I would like to maybe eventually, but at the minute, I'm kind of juggling too much shit as it is. With jaw fragment on this list, for all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. They were found after Dark was convicted, and they're not worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. I wouldn't mind trying out D&D. The thing is, we would have to have someone... I just dribbled. We'd have to have someone, right, that plays a lot. That would have to be Dungeon Master. Because none of us could be Dungeon Master. But then it's taking them away from probably a campaign they're already playing. So it's just a fucking whole ball ache, isn't it? Do you understand that I am the chief of police, right? There'll be consequences. I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. Today is, well, you know. Alright. In return, though. I know. The place, right? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. I appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. Wouldn't you have the guts to do something like that? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tips. Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence. You didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof on the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Wright's prints are found. Yeah, if they're found inside my safe, they will prove his investigation was illegal. Ugh. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Can your borders get 3 so I can count as D&D? Yeah, true. Very true. It's all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
Objection!
Concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't a forgery. I'm not through speaking yet, righto. Depends on when the evidence was discovered. They were found after Dark was convicted. Then they're worthless. Are you saying this jaw fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was
Objection!
Oh, wouldn't that be convenient? Chief is talking about a possibility, so as long as you can't rule it out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Think about it. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Miss Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. At the very least, there is one large benefit you'd reap from all this. Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would of course be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Ho ho ho! He's fucking Santa! Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true? Yeah. He was going to be made chief anyway. Ugh. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might end up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. The only people I look out for, me, myself, and I. There it is, out in the open now. Would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Ooh, he's changed his testimony. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Oh. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right. You didn't feel sorry for anyone. You're tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Huh. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? I think he would have. Lana. Because if he got her promoted, then he could manipulate both sides. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I meant. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Grant may have helped? Lana Skye, right?
Take that!
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye? The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in the light of the circumstances. Emma Skye, victim in an unfortunate series of events, who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana. And as for Chief Grant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him. The reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed Chief Prosecutor of the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Grant. We've got him. We have got him. But how would he profit from all this? He'll be able to use Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would require unchecked authority over all investigations. Sorry, I've not checked my phone all night and I've had like 3 messages. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh wait, you must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her. Yeah, the music's been so good in this. Right on, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana? She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. Which one would that be? Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honour, is that Chief Grant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? What? Mr. Wright? You can't be serious, huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in the law enforcement agency to accuse the Chief of Police of blackmail and murder. That is... It's impossible. It's not impossible. It's possible. Your Honour, I was merely returning that Mr. Edgeworth said in easy to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through it. Can you prove this? That the chief, a high-ranking officer in the law, is involved with this murder? Regardless of his rank or title, he's just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us his evidence. What evidence though? What evidence puts him involved directly in something? It's not this. Although that was found in his desk. It's not really that. It's not this. It's his ID number, right? It's got to be this. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room. There was ID on the list. We couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777777. But there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Grant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 77777777. Same as the remaining ID card number on that card list. Chief Grant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Order. Chief Grant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense search of my office was a violation of regulations, and I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. You have to admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm Chief of Police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Objection!
You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Grant? I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? His trial's purpose is to determine Lorna Sky's guilt.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Your Honour. His trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? Oh, shiny! In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Shows the proof that the victim went to meet the Chief Gant on that day of the crime. He went to meet with him? It wouldn't be the ID card again, right? Because this clearly shows that they were both in... Oh, no, it doesn't. Half-written document. So this is the lost note. Can only be submitted by the Chief of Police. So he would have gone to the chief of police with this note.
Take that!
He lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession of this report, which means you can't be sure he filled it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yeah, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form from you, Chief Grant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room? I accompanied him. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman? Exactly. But wait. The Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him on the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of that sort.
Objection!
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed your ID card earlier. If you'd really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Oh! What the fuck happened to him? He like went inside out. It's like he got shot. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime from no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit a murder. After the murder, he contacted Lorna at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
Objection!
You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did you manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lorna stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you. Take this here dead body to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue, just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Grant used this. The jaw? I mean, the jaw's already broken, though. I don't think I can save. There's no items here that would transport a body, right? Evidence from past case. There's no, I'm thinking. Hang on. Worst case scenario, we fail this, right? And we just pause it after the failure on one of the screens and save it there. It's got to be some piece of evidence. There was a piece of evidence that was moved. This was in the door. Could be this. It's either going to be this, and he used... Evidence from past case of Edgeworth's brought back to his office by Gant's request. So, So he could have said to him, go back and get that piece of evidence for me, knowing that he's put the body in the boot of his car, and that's a way of getting the body out. But that's not what he's asking us now. He's asking, how did he get the body to the car? I think that's what he's asking. Oh, no, it just says, to move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. So, yeah, it would be this, right?
Take that!
Because he said to him, you should go back and get that piece of evidence for me. Which means the... I thought he meant as in, what did he put the fucking actual body in? And I was like, well, there's nothing we've got in evidence that can carry a body. What's this, a screwdriver? What does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here? It's here because... it was asked to go. By Chief Grant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. It's kind of all falling together, to be honest. I'm just like looking at it differently. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean, the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. You used the walkthrough? Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I mean, if you couldn't save Scum, I would have used a walkthrough 1000%. Else, would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. Transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Oh, fucking shit. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to defense outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took of the prosecutor's office. She was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk but to be taken away. It's exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe... Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Wright, but I'm having lunch with the District General Attorney General after this. We have to get going. It's time to make for the early bird special.
Objection!
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier. The police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse and testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That's not right to be casually invoked. There's meant to be certain risks to be considered.
Objection!
So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, do you think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. As the current chief of police, this court will not tolerate any accusations against without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Your Honour, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Grant murdered and made Skye dispose of the body? Do you have any concrete proof? I don't think we do. Other than what she told us. I'm saving. I don't want to say no because this is the first time in the entire game that we've said no, we don't have proof. But I generally don't feel like we have any proof. It's no use showing evidence. I'm not even sure of it myself. No, Your Honour, at present, I have no conclusive evidence. In that case, this court is forced to penalise you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip, never gamble what you can't afford to lose. Seems that Lady Luck is on my side again today. I'll leave the rest to you. Maybe we just failed, but there was a few people. Aiden, you should have listened to me, mate. How many beers have you had? This is an affront to the senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What?
Objection!
Lady Luck. Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth? What do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't even had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. Chief Grant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else, one more witness who could answer all the questions. Raise this trial, someone in the very room. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is this person? Who are you asking me, Your Honour? Have you forgotten? The defence is the one calling the witnesses today. Yeah, Yasmin is verified. You can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honour. The defence calls forth. Not Emma. Lana Sky, right?
Take that!
Right, here we go. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15. Her task was to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution has no objections, Your Honour. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene. Oh, fuck, another thing? I thought you were going to eat. Listen, good Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Aiden, when there's millions of us, mate, and chat is just like the Matrix, your sister will be found guilty. Of course, you'd never spot such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then, I've got lunch date to meet. It's fine, Jasmine. Yasmin is just joking. Aiden is a memer. He's the ultimate memer. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks for your help, Edgeworth. That chief. He's something else. Detective Gumshoe. Huh. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Ah, don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Oh, he's going to work with us? I'll take the place of your top knotted girl you used to work with. Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Grant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? When I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery, so she heard everything. I'm so sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by the terrible man. And she did it all, just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor. Yeah, that's me and Aiden playing air hockey at the arcades. What place was that? Was that the place near me, Aiden? What do you think I mean? Follow Chief Grant's orders. She must have shut herself deep inside. Forced herself to do anything and everything. Yeah, it's the same one we went to. That they've done it all up though since. So where that air hockey was is where the golf was now. Don't go blame yourself now. Don't blame anyone. Blame society, pal. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. It's time to end this. Let's do it. Dude, the golf was good fun. It's a good little arcade, that. They're opening another one in Sheffield. Right, here we go, boys. That will conclude. So now. Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. Right, I need to stand up, boys. I need to stand. When I stand, I use the mouse on my leg. Courtroom simulator. Objection, hearsay. Mate, I remember how many times it took you to get the last one. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Ba-da-bap, ba-da-bap. Worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to the blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I arranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Doc convinced that it had nothing to do with Emma. You sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to capital offence. Of course I'm sure. Lana. That means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. Did anyone ever light a fart when they were
This is
younger?
Commander Shepard, and It's So Fluffy is my favorite streamer on the
I
Citadel.
lit a fart once and never
should
again.
go.
I thought it was going to go in my ass. Yo, Mr. Page. 53 months of Mr. Page. Yo, thank you, Page, mate. How are you doing, man? Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah. This is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay.
Hold it!
Yo, I'm doing good, man. I am doing very well, thank you, mate. Let's see. I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must be having a good coming from the same school as Mia.
Hold it!
Mate, it's fucking 3 AM for Glitchy. Just 2 hours ahead. He didn't murder Detective Goodman. He told me as much yesterday in jail. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence. You did not. You did so to help your sister. Your dog was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. What she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day because of all that creep. All because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. That's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? Do you guys ever shave your ass? No. Although, next time I go for a fucking haircut, I'm getting my nose and ears waxed. But I backed out last time, I was too scared. But I definitely want to do it. Because I have proper hairy ears and nose. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Seems I was the first person to discover the scene. Broken prosecutor award, knife stuck in the back of the victim's body. What? Prosecutor Marshall died by an unfortunate accident. It's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change the statement. You mean Prospector Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Something like that. If that's so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor, a little distance away. He was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up with more lies. Not your sack and crack. Mate, I already waxed my arms and that was unbearable. Like, I'd think if I waxed my arsehole, I'd probably cry for a month. I don't think I have much arse hair though, but I've never looked. I did shave my armpits the other day though, because my armpits have been fucking pissing me off. And then I've got proper itchy armpits now. Why get your nose trimmed? I have like little... No, I can't fucking... I can't pull them. I can't pull them. I'd rather just get them waxed. Yeah, I shaved my armpits. They were pissing me off. I had proper hairy armpits. I have a little chest of black hair, but any hair that arises in puberty has gone wild. I also, I do shave my chest every now and again. Bruv dyes his hair blue and shaves his armpits. Explains a lot. No, but the hair was well long. Like, literally, Aiden, I sat here one morning, right, working without a top on, and I saw that my blue camera was on because I'd left my Elgato program on. I opened it, and I could see hair poking out of each armpit. So I was like, that's it, that's done, it's gone. So I've trimmed it. Yeah, I can't pluck my nose. It's like not completely gone. Look, there's a little bit left. Yeah, I got the Brazilian. I got the Brazilian armpit. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was a murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dog. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be to have the tip of the knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yeah. Because I hated Doc for what he did. Only motivation was to get Doc convicted. It had nothing to do with it. Do you think it's really weird if guys shave their armpits? Really? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period. Why is it weird, though? What deems it weird? In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. My sister's lying. Sasha's determined to protect you in the end. She insists you fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Boys, after we beat this, I'm asking AI if it's weird. Right, what do we ask here? AI will give a pussy response. Well, every man should have a fucking beard and a pubes looking like the fucking Ethiopian jungle, mate. I fabricated the evidence in 2 years ago by myself. What do we ask here? Couldn't we ask something else as well? That's kind of sus. Next thing, he's moisturizing his elbows and talking about exfoliating. Mate, I fucking do that. I do that shit. Why is that sus? Your elbows get fucking rough. Why? Why would you do that? Right, hang on. There's one thing where we could ask. Why did you move the body? Because we said the first one first. I love a bit of skincare. Boys, fucking use your lotion. Look at this shit. Look how much of that I've gone through. I've got to fucking top that up next week. I got to fucking wank so much to 2 girls 1 cup to top that back up. And, right, I have fucking tattoo stuff as well. You gotta look after your skin.
Every man should have a beard. It's so fluffy. 2026. What about me, Fluff? I can't grow a beard, so am I not man enough for you? Huh? What am I supposed to do now? Shave my balls and stick the hair to my face? Would that make you happy? Huh?
Yeah, or have really abundant amounts of armpit hair. Using number 7. What's wrong? It's not number 7. It's number 1. Number 1. Shave armpits, moisturize elbows. Bro, I bet you 100% I have more. How's that even worse? Mate, I have fucking cream for my face, moisturizer for my face, day and night. A day and night cream. You have to look after your skin. When you look like a fucking ball bag, Aiden, don't come crying to me, mate. And I look like I'm 12. Yo, Mr. Pandry. Yo, Mr. Pandry, how you doing, mate? Do you get Lee to comb your pubic hair? No, mate. Believe it or not, I shave my pubes. Wow. Are you gonna buzz me for that? That I shaved my pubes? Is that wrong as well? Should I not shave my pubes?
Did you say I should use moisturizer or did you said moisturize, sir? Both? Day and night. Oh, I don't know the rest of the lyrics shit song anyway. L ratio. Jesse, where's the zip 22 when you need it? Probably jammed again. Dabbed?
You leak and I'm going nuclear. See, that's a good... I want to leak it so bad. I would never, though. If you've said... That's a good amount of hair, but I just feel like... I don't know, it was pissing me off. It was literally poking out of my fucking fat arms here. It looked like I'd fucking got a fucking hamster in a headlock. So it had to be gone. You doing good? Was just grinding out. Oh, the new event on Warframe. Is it all good? Boys, I'm sorry. I like looking after my skin. Answering a headlock sounds like a punk album. The reason for that is simple. Is it a new event on then? Is it Pandry? I can't. I've got to go. Night, Aiden, mate. I'll be sure to send you some fucking skincare products. Mate, the funny thing is, right? I've done skincare since before I was married. Since before I was married. So that's at least 12 years of my life. Probably like 15 years. The reason this guy moved the body. The piece of the jaw that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Yes, that wretched jaw you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to remove the body. So when you first found the body, the jaw was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. And very rarely moisturise, but I am greasy by nature though. All the things you've done to me now. Hang on, I've not done anything to you. I've never said, Aiden, let me just put my dick in you for a minute. That's the next time I meet you. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jaw shattered at the time of the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. My only motive was to get Dark. Touching me weirdly all night. That's a good amount of hair, but I just feel like, I don't know, it was pissing me off. It was literally poking out of my fucking fat arms here. It looked like I'd fucking got a fucking hamster in a headlock. Hamster in a headlock. So it had to be gone. It literally did look like that though, so that's why it was gone. Literally, me lunch, I went and got a shower and shaved my armpits. Give them a trim. You should moisturise. Yo, Night Fletch, mate. Thank you for chilling, dude. So...
Objection!
I mean, if it's cold, a homie better let me put it in to keep it warm. Exactly. Yo, take care, Aiden, mate. Thank you for chilling, man. Also, Aiden, on Friday, are you down for Halo? Obviously, tomorrow's movie night. But Friday, Halo, and then Sunday, Halo, and then Halo every night until it's beat. If not, don't worry. Then I can just fucking do something else. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring it to everyone's attention. A significant contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "Pieces of the jaw that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jaw within the victim's blood. Yeah, the prosecutor must have written it on his final moments. Exactly so. And this was where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jaw, it must not have yet been broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on the shattered jaw. No, don't worry, Glitchy. Your Honour, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jaw and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're in as dark as we are. About the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. She's just going to crack, isn't she? I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jaw. But it was dark in the room. I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Fragments were large, so I made sure to get them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So you mean you were the ones who wiped the message away in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Immediately I noticed the blood traces on the jaw. So the jaw was already broken? It's a miracle that the thing had been broken earlier. It certainly looks like as feeble as the defense's case. You're an ace detective who missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jaw process? The jaw process? The jaw pieces. Sorry, I had to watch the stream back. Normally I would have. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jaw? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Lana, you'd do that for me? Seems like you might up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is shocking. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else? What else could I have done in this situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything but gather up the pieces. The fragments were too large, so I'm sure I got them all. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in the office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry an emergency lumino wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Yo, Mr. Lid. Yeah, we're on pretty late tonight. We're almost finished with this, so we're just finishing this up. That's why we're on a little bit later. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene? Yes. I don't have any excuses for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lorna. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. Four. Unfortunately, it's a 7. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecution office. Sister really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. She's still not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in the testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. I have no idea what we present here. I'm going to guess it's something to do with the jaw. Is it just the jaw to this? Because there was only like 7 pieces. It would have been impossible for it to get them all up. I'm just going to call a shit on that. And we're right. We are a warlord. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. We found the final piece of the jar. Also, yeah, all the pieces. She didn't have them all. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified. She gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off him. Yeah, which leaves us only with one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the scene. Oh, Chief Gant got there before you. I mean, how would he know that? Maybe she just left it on the floor somewhere because it was too dark.
Objection!
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. This may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for bandages.
Objection!
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jaw was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on the shattered jaw. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. Hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. The dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first.
Objection!
Question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the facts there for 2 years? Oh, Your Honor. Can you answer that? No. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeds to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is the action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards. Isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana believed her sister Emma had killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she saw Grant's aid. Lending her aid, Gant helped to create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the Chief's puppet. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Grant's trap? Something wrong? Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean? So, do you tell foul lies then? Please testify once more. But If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Mr. Sky, if you will. I can't. I can't. This cross-examination might not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Here we go. Is this it then? When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dork were lying unconscious on the floor. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I raised all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it was all just a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword. You were the only one who saw that? If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Is it in the book? Oh shit. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I rearranged everything. A piece of cloth cut from his vest. Could that be? Oh, that's the handprint! Oh my god! It's the handprint, isn't it? A cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprint those must be. It's been a real murderer. It was hers. They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning purple? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. As long as you tell the truth, we should be able to finish. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. What's going on? This guy's back. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Objection!
I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. It means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Ugh. Oh, he blew up again. Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yeah, that's true. Wait, you mean? You still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. Someone does. Someone? So what's your excuse, Wright? What have you been keeping quiet about? You don't have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marsh, causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt? We don't show, because this will get him... Emma sure to be made out as a murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, please present it now. Anything you will be once appearing before the Board of Inquiries. Can't afford to make the wrong decision. Well, again, I'm just going to say no. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this time. What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know what you took inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. And that's why you won't present it. What are you talking about? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? Looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this? In your safe? What? You mean this means you, the Chief of Police, have been concealing evidence? This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history. Oh, shit. To be honest, I didn't think you had the goal right, oh. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as a murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? Got him. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? And you, Lana? That's when I saw the scene. She would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky? Told to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. And when I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those 2 items in your safe? But why? For insurance. Of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always for the best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't sure. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for murder. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. This jaw almost hid the most illegible part of the name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood from all of these. But if you fabricated all the evidence, say you didn't fabricate the message on the jar too. Oh, some people just don't know when to quit, do they? I didn't even think of that. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. I don't know why that didn't even cross my mind that could be a possibility. So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence. You couldn't. Foolish move, Righto. You should have just shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Well, I'm guessing we show? Do we show it now? Your Honor, I do have the evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see the conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows you actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Take that!
I need to stand up. the day of the crime, he personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honour, prosecution requests that it immediately be sent to lab for testing. The handprint on the leather must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean? It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh shit. What? Think about it. Right, all this time to present this evidence. Yeah, he was reluctant to do so. Why would he do that? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Shit. I don't see how we're getting out of this though. Whose fingertips are they? Or fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is...
Take that!
Emma Skye. What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Didn't you tell me? Because you're a murdering little bitch. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still... So it's true, tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Skye, you knew whose fingerprints were there all along, yet you acted like she really didn't? Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Huh. Well, I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offence. Uh-oh. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. You aren't taking my badge, mate. What's the matter? Can't go at your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? But before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh? And what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. Piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Eh? Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict? Oh, hang on. It kind of contradicts the original evidence, right? So the one... Is it this? Because she sees him being stabbed. So that... The picture? What do we think? That's the only other evidence. I'm going to say this. It's probably wrong, and we've not saved.
Take that!
It's the attorney. Is that actually ever an option? Piece of evidence doesn't seem to contradict something. Your outward appearance of mental sanity. Well, it's clearly not that then, is it? Right, well, I need to save quick. This one definitely is not right about it. I don't get though. I don't get how that's wrong. The crime scene photo. Could it be the crime scene photo? Because didn't she say she got there and the body was already on that? And she cut it off, not him?
Take that!
I don't know. This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood in his vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. It's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out over his mouth. Oh, well that piece of cloth. Oh, it doesn't have blood on it. No blood, is it? Wait, there's no blood on it. Ugh. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on the cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. Now then, Chief, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He was most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lorna Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? And to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jaw. A jaw that then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. To make Lorna believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago, that you personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's chest. Ironic, isn't it? Though the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Never defending the bad guy and his edge. You still need to win. Yeah, like we're both kind of teamed up on this one. But it would be kind of cool if we were the opposite side and we were trying to defend the murderer. That would be a kind of cool way to play. Oh, that was close, right? You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see that piece of cloth? He's legal evidence. Yeah, true, like, in his eyes, we're the bad guy, right? Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Oogie? Earlier, old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Yeah, I'll probably play them at some point. Not anytime soon, because I'm just sub-gaming at the minute. But I definitely want to play the trilogy, the rest of the trilogy at least. Do you actually think you could best be in court? Looks like the last laugh's on you, so. Still not over, boys. I'm afraid Mr. Grant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed legal. Mr. Wright? The book. The book. It's time for me to reveal my plan. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? You purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth. I mean, we didn't really. I mean, technically we did, but I'm going to say we didn't. I admit, I refuse to present it on one point. So the evidence is illegal.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Mr. Grant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence. He's nothing but a coward.
Objection!
There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let's settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present the evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation. How is it not in... How do I prove that it's not in violation? The book? No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. So it's rule 2, right?
Take that!
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my own work too, Chief. We got him. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. Second rule of evidence law. Just take one look at this picture and...
Objection!
Sorry. Can you recall when it was that picture was presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, David Grant. Damn, he's dobbed himself in, hasn't he? Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, it's annoying sometimes how it just recaps something that happened 2 minutes ago. No! It was then you that approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police. And the only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, a real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant. Killer was you. No. He's gone schizo. Good for nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crime's been committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. The crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Yeah, I love it when like mentally break and they just go crazy. Stole Goodman's ID card, tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. And all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? Yo, Mr. Frodank! Yo, thank you, buddy. Yo, welcome in, everyone. Yo, thank you, Mr. Frodank. How's it going, man? How was Hitman? Also, watching you play that level on Hitman yesterday was like, it brought back like a bazillion memories. Yo, Gianni. Yo, Jared. How you doing, mate? Yo, White Doggo. How we all doing, boys? Hitman's hard. Mate, Hitman 2 is fucking solid. Thank you, everyone, for coming in with a raid. We are just a shameless plug. I'm 3 follows from 1,500 follows. So if you're not following, please follow. Please. I'll be your best friend forever. We're getting on good. We're literally right at the end. This is literally the very end of number 1. So we're almost done with it. Yo, thank you for the follow, White Dog. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate that, dude. Welcome in. We're literally, I think we've just found the murderer. Or convicted the murderer. Did you beat Hitman? Also, you're going to play all the Hitmen? Or you just randomly go back to that game? I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That was when I saw it. The accursed knife. Yo, thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it. I was worrying so much on the floor, I didn't realise my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint. Oh, it was his. It used to be known as the crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then, you put the body in the car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I brought your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than those detectives ever will. Got examined last year and you're going to do what for... Oh, nice, dude. Few missions left, maybe one more stream, probably Sunday. I do remember towards the end of Hitman 2, it gets fucking ridiculously hard. Like, I never got Silent Assassin in any of those levels. Like, towards the end, it's just, how do you even do it? It's like armies are coming at you. It's ridiculous. Well, she had much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jaw fragment and the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They did their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon closer examination. You must have known that. Tell me, were they? Why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and
I
me.
just shit myself.
We're the same. And oh my god, 185 stream streak. Holy fuck. He is streaking with the squirrels. Thank you, buddy. That's crazy. 185. I think the highest streak I ever had somewhere was like in the low hundreds, I think. That's mental. I always fuck up by like just having a day where like me and Leo just watch a film, and then I have a rule where I put the phone on the table so I don't get distracted on like Twitch, and then on that night everyone's on and my streaks are broke. That is the biggest streak I've seen. We had, I think DKC hit 200 today as well. And then Fletch hit 200 yesterday. So there's a lot of big streaks. Fish lost his 190 streak when he went on holiday last week or the week before. But it's crazy. It still blows my mind that one, people watch me, and two, people watch me 185 streams in a row. It's just mental. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Your highest streak is 295. That's crazy. The only thing I streak is my underwear. He is a legend. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh. What? How is he going to get away? Like we always have to cancel that lunch date. Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now. Thanks for all the memories though. But you lost it today. Fuck! Can you go and watch a clip to get it back? We're here now at 4. I might have more in Dan's. I also lost my Forsen streak of fucking 12. Because I was in the office today. These two around you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of the new beginning. So he just gives in, like... There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Grant betrayed you from the beginning. Oh, she has no clips. Can you not go and watch like the stream itself? That sucks. You no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done to in these past 2 years, from the time I had Grant to help me forge evidence up to today. So, seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Bling! Miss Sky? And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, that was definitely a Steve smile. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it, I only did my job. The real Steve. Trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Please tell me we don't have to go to this trial. Is this it? Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of the murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lorna Skye, not guilty. We did it. It took a 5-hour stream, but we did it. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? God, why is she miserable? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Frey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Boys, that means we're doing Halo on Friday. Legendary difficulty. And if Aiden isn't around for it, then maybe we start Days Gone. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Yeah, we're halfway through. We're up to the literally mid section of the game on Legendary. It's actually not been that difficult. Especially in co-op, because you can just spawn off at each other. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around all day while on duty? And on top of that, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, line up, pals. I'm only kidding. Didn't he say that before? Are you here because of my sister again? No, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Shouldn't you be doing this? Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you aren't. I owe you an apology. Yeah, you fucking do, mate. That day, 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realised I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. Sis, you were the only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed in the truth, I was deceiving you. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realise it. Emma, I'm so sorry. Sis, You don't have to apologise. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. But the music in this has been great. Happily ever after. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. The power of love, friendship, and anime. Meanwhile, I cut my answer. To be honest, Lee cut her own mum off, but Lee's mum is an actual goblin from fucking Lord of the Rings. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right? Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Stop hiding out and come here. Where is he hiding? In the future games, is there like more animation or is it a lot like this? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. There's more animation. Yeah, I'm guessing it's not until the later ones, right? I was hoping you don't blame yourself. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. So she's definitely going to prison, right? Bad criminals can feel it. You and me, we're the same. Oh, Apollo's also like this as well, is it? Is that the prequel one? I played one of the Trauma Center games. Trauma Center games? I don't think I've ever heard of one of those. What is that? I thought you meant to follow Carrie. Not to fight crime on my own. I need a weapon. It's scary. Well, I've known that to be true for quite some time now. Edgeworth. Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me, and that's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Is he going to be a defendant now? Atlas series where he plays a surgeon? Ooh, no, I've not. I think I know what you mean now. Now you've said that. I bought all the 2 Point games as well the other day. Or the other week. So I'll definitely play those at some point. Not to fight crime on my own. I need a weapon. That may be true. Think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Yeah, the prequel. I'll have to look into them, see if they're on anything else, Paige. Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. A piece of evidence that we both wouldn't have been able to find on our own. Oh, the evidence list that went together, right? That's the picture I drew. Our counter-attack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Thought we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. He don't get very soppy, does he? Oh no, another fucking thing of my fidget's fallen off. Fuck's sake. Whatever you do, just remember. No, don't tell Maeve, she'll kill me. To be honest, this Tung Soho fidget spinner has come in an absolute treat, mate. I spin this shit all day, every day. There we go. I better be going too. Okay. I'll be by to visit soon too. Seems we both have a lot to learn and catch up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Would you say this game is a literary masterpiece on the same level of... No, it's definitely not. I've enjoyed it, but it's definitely on a literary masterpiece. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Does he quit? Well, don't get trucking off just yet, pal. What is that, detective? There, it's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. See, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it might be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Wow. Do they also make Rory? Got an idea. Why don't we all go and pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, what money is she gonna have? She's 16. Yo, how you doing, Hobo?
Objection!
The last thing of the game is we object to paying the bill. Amazing. I love it. It's done. I arranged for a friend in Europe to take care of me. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a new top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days as a prosecutor, office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. In a spin-off game called Sky. Well, look at all this cocaine, boys. Yikes. I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation. Penalise you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off like that easily. Yeah, that was a good game. I liked it. Thank you for choosing an awesome game. A game that I would have never in a million years chose to play. I'll be honest. I would have never chose to play this ever, probably. But now I've been opened to the idea of it. I definitely want to play the rest of the trilogy at least. When something smells, it must be the butts. And I like all the little niche references that I've seen in other games and memes and stuff that I now understand where they're from. I broke another one. I just broke another one. I broke another one. Fuck. Look how much gap there is. Should we rip a bring? We'll do it. Time for you to play Higurashi. What's that? Is that another visual novel game? Don't tell Butters that we did a pack without redeeming it. He'll mold his balls off. Right, we're ready. Do we care about the what's on screen right now? Shit, where's the button? There we go. Right, we're ready? Oh my god! It's so. Oh, it's a horror visual novel. Soho. Next one. It's Tralaleo Tralala, boys. It's the goat. Next one. Oh my god, it's Soho 2. Giraffe Melanoria. And then the final pack card. Tralaleo Tralala again. We got 2 duplicates in that. What a scam. Want my 12 pence back. It's not as good as Ian Wright when we packed him yesterday. Very good. Boys, should we add... Hang on. It's going to close it, though. Every time I try and do something, it's going to close it. Boys, it took us exactly a month to beat this game. Some Italian brain rot soda. Although it only took us a month because we did take like 2 weeks break because I was ill for a week and I didn't stream. And then also something else came out that we played. And to be honest, the early streams of this were very difficult because I was getting things wrong all the time. It kind of clicked with the last case. I think if I was going to do a franchise run now, and I was just randomly playing these, we would absolutely steamroll the rest of the games. Every game now to a new mechanic as well. Also, very impressive to think that this is a DS game. Still quite can't believe that this fit on a DS cartridge. Also, it's 2:30 and I'm in the office in the morning. It's almost 5 a.m. Oh, there's a letter. Big boss. It's almost 9 p.m. 07's in chat. Capcom. Come Cap. Very good. Very good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Now fuck off.